back on the mini bike. Sensei tried to kill me the other day by losing the chain and locking up the rear wheel around a corner. Decided to go out and buy a heavy duty 420 RK Takasago chain. I guess it doesn't say heavy duty on it, but it's heavy duty compared to the one that was on here. So let's see if get this to fit up. I also have the remnants from another 420 chain that I got years ago for some project. I don't even remember what, but yep. So that means I got a spare master on it too. So all right, got the new chain on there, got the tensioner on there. Get that belt put back on and the cover, and we'll take it for a little test drive. Well, I got it back together. I got the belt on it and all the torque converter clutch thing put back together, but this wider chain is gonna start chunking out this cover again, so I'm gonna have to just cut it out the rest of the way here before we put this back on, but let's take it for a ride anyway, see what it's like. Front engine mount bolts are not tight. Alright, I'm editing this video right now, and as happens quite often for us YouTubers, I lost some footage. So I was having this problem at this point in time where I kept thinking that the engine mount bolts were loose, because I'd get on the throttle and you could watch the engine visibly moving. It was really, really strange. After tightening the hell out of those bolts and looking things over, it just didn't make sense. So I got into it a little bit deeper, and I found out that the sprocket bolts onto the brake drum, and it's not exactly precise. So I had it clocked a little wrong, and so the sprocket was actually causing the chain. It would be slack, and then it would be super tight, and then slack, and then super tight. So it was just reefing on that motor, pulling it back. I don't know what was giving, maybe the frame, but you could watch the motor move, and that is not a good thing, because I mean, there's a 1/2 inch plate steel welded on there for the motor mount, so that wasn't giving. Maybe the riser plate, I don't know, but I'm happy I figured that out. So that's what happened here, and on with the show. Well, by now you ought to know that I didn't choose the hog life. The hog life chose me. This little beast showed up in my life, and it's taken all my time and attention for the last couple months. It's just a little hoot, little riot, but keep coming across little things I want to do to it. You know, it's just been a lot of fun. But the last weekend I had an opportunity to help a friend out. She was clearing out some space to make her studio, her art studio, in her garage, and so I went over and helped her clean out a lot of stuff, and I came across treasure. Now, these people aren't motorcycle people whatsoever, and they said this has been hanging around since they moved in, and I snatched it up. I said, "That's mine," and they said, "Gladly." I said, "Please, and take it with you." So let me show you my new treasure. Check out my fabulous new Sissy bar.
Now obviously it's not new whatsoever. It's quite old and rusty and ugly. But the pad's good, and that's the important part. This stuff we can clean up and, you know, either paint or polish back up. Be no big deal. But this is going to make an awesome addition to this bike. Just look at this. Going to sit right back here. I mean, that's amazing. That's perfect. So now all we got to do is fab up a mount. All right, the plan. So I have these angle aluminum pieces. I got out of the scrap at an old job that I had. Why they would be throwing this stuff away, I have no idea. It says $16.99 on this. I'm sure it was quite a bit longer, but still, it's a really nice piece of aluminum. So we're going to take this and we're going to make a mount for this Sissy bar with it. Now I've already put a couple marks on here with the Sharpie for how wide that is, for how wide the Sissy bar mount is. Sissy bar. And then, so what we'll do is we're going to cut this here, and then we're going to cut another angle in it, and then bend this side up to be able to mount the brackets here. So it'll be, you know, these two parts will be up, and then we'll try to angle this to where these parts connect. And then we'll just bolt it right back here in these seat mount bolts. Nice and easy. And I think that will that'll mount pretty sturdy to the frame. And also I'll find a way to attach these pieces once it's upright and give it a little more rigidity for leaning backwards. So I think that'll be a good mount. It's the best I've come up with so far. So that is our project for today. Paint. Alright, now we gotta cut this. Alright, at first I planned to kind of half-ass this, and I was just going to, you know, make this little bit of an angled cut and then cut down the groove of this channel, the length that this is tall, and then just bend it up like that. But let's try to do it right at least, right? So I got the square and the other square, and let's see if we can like make a nice corner. So this here. So that will be our center line. Now remember how the Sissy bar bracket is tapered inward. So that's the big you know, challenge. It's going to be to take a little bit more off of the one side and push them in, but you know, I can do this. So what I have to do is not take the measurement, or not draw our center line from the top of where I drew the line for the Sissy bar, but the bottom, because that will be the true width of it. So right there. Okay. Now with these, we can give ourselves, if we know how to do this, which I don't know shit, give ourselves this good 90 here. Okay, so that's a good 90. Now I cut that out. In theory, that should make a right angle. Now we want to cut out a little bit more on the one side though. Maybe about that much more. That's not how we want to do it. We want to do it fatter to thinner. I'm not sure. But we're going to learn some stuff. We're going to try to do it right. I like doing this stuff and I want to do it for a long time, so I'm going to use my safety equipment. I don't understand people that take such a stand against safety glasses and stuff. I like my eyeballs. Each down. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Not sure when the battery died, but we got our first bend. That is way bigger than I wanted it to be, but you know what, it works, so who gives a shit. This one we're going to move out just a little bit more due to the fact that, you know. But it will work, so. Alright, that's what it's going to be like. I should have filmed the second cut. I almost looked like I knew what I was doing. First one I was just hacking. But we're going to find some kind of a plate to put on the back here to add some structure and maybe hide some of that. I was going to use this, so that's going to be the ticket. We'll see. Let's see what we come up with. But for now, I'm pleased. Let's drill some holes, mount it up, and see what it looks like. Alright, here she is in the sun, sitting pretty. Look at that thing back there. Oh man, I think she's getting to have some respectable hog status to her. Look at this thing. Oh, she's pretty. That sissy bar is ridiculous. But fits the motif, man. Now I got some work to do back here yet. I just got excited to put it on and mock it up, so to speak. I'm gonna add some bracing in here. Maybe even just put a plate across this entire back part. Something, because it's not very structural. It's more just for the aesthetic at the moment. But man, is that sweet. Hell yeah. Alright, let's figure out some bracing for this thing. If you hear diesels idling in the background, it's because they are putting in a new telephone pole over here. So that's pretty cool. But we are working right here. So I'm not happy with the way that this paint came out. I tried something and it didn't quite work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rough it up a little bit and reshoot this. So where I taped the edges off is there's a definite line you can feel. So I'm going to try to sand that out and try to sand just make it a little smoother, and you know, hopefully come out with a better finished product that way. So that's what I'm going to be doing. if you see, you can tell where paint ran a little bit on me. It's putting that silver on a little thick, I guess. So just a little more. Of course, we got to mask off the hammy. Of course. Alright, that dries pretty quick. Good. So we're going to try to tape off the same border that we had outlined in silver before. All right. I am going to put some in the corner so I can radius the corner. I don't want it to be just a square like that. I think that looks real amateurish. So. Just freehand it because who gives a shit anyway. Okay. Now we will lay down our yellow because the effect that I want the yellow to be like stripes, but in order to do that we're gonna have to lay it down first. So let's color this sucker up some. Alright, here's the plan. So what I'm gonna do, first off, I'm gonna give it a light dusting with the silver, just to give it a little bit of sparkle to the yellow. I'm talking just a real light dusting over it, just to give it a little bit of.
What's up? Me again. Would you do me a favor and look around the floor a little bit, because I dropped the ball. Yeah. So I lost more footage right here, and it's just depressing to me because this was a pretty cool little process that I did. So what I did is I painted the fender silver, and then I masked off the edges and painted it yellow. And after that I took it over in the yard and used dish soap, and I did a kind of a crisscross pattern all over it with the dish soap, and then I hit it with the flat black, and that covered everything but the dish soap and left the cool yellow lines, and filled in the rest with the flat black. I think it looked pretty cool. It was a fun process. I got in there with the hose, and at first I thought I hit it too quickly, but I really think that I had too much pressure on it because I was using one of those little spray handles, and it really doused it pretty good. And it took off some of the black paint, but it gave it like a weathered look. So I think it turned out pretty cool. But that's how I did this. I wish I would have got it on film, actually doing it. But yeah, drop the ball. All right, back to it.
All right, we got the soap on there. I'll hit it with the black. All right. Okay. Holy crap. Okay, this is not perfect. It didn't come out, I didn't quite let the black dry enough. But look at that. That's pretty rad. I think that's gonna look really good. All right, I know I got impatient on this one. I know I didn't do it quite right. I came in too quick with the hose, and I blew off some of the black. And there's some like water spot effects with the black too. It doesn't look too bad, but I'm really excited. Let's unmask this and see what it looks like with the silver framing around the. Oh, this is gonna look cool. I'm excited. Look at this. Isn't it not the most satisfying feeling ever? All right, that's what we come out with. Like I say, I was impatient, and there is a lot of imperfection in it, but it almost gives it a weathered look to it. All in all, I think it's pretty rad though. It's still got some water drying on it, and it's gonna have some droplet looks, but look in here. All in all, I'd say I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks pretty sweet, and we'll get it back on there and see what it looks like.